This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Encompass Health, Rehabilitation Hospital of New England. North Shore Community College. If you have the will to attend college, we have the way for you to earn your degree. And Leo Inc., your local community action agency.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of LCTV News. The weather outside may be cooling down, but events are heating up as both holiday festivities and grant celebrations are taking over the city. We have a special double lowdown in the works featuring North Shore Community College and the Lynn Senior Center. Here's the news for Friday, December 8th, 2023. With the holidays comes many annual events, including the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce's Festival of Lights, put on last week the 30th in Central Square. Both the tree and menorah were lit to celebrate the 2023 holiday season, highlighted by performances from local groups. Here's more from the event.
On the last day of November, Lynn gathered at Central Square to celebrate the Greater Lynn Chamber of Commerce 5th Annual Festival of Lights, sponsored by many organizations and featuring plenty of dancing, pictures with Santa, and ultimately the lighting of the Christmas tree and Hanukkah menorah next to the clock tower. City officials, police, and community members all gathered to celebrate the occasion. Mayor Nicholson spoke on the importance of celebrating the holidays.
It brings everyone such joy to be able to share this joy with you all. And the kind of light that we're talking about that comes from inside you, it grows when we're together. And it grows in such a special way here, right in the middle of the beating heart of this amazing community. We're standing under and amongst multiple modes of transportation, a community with people from all over the world, and to grow that light most powerfully and meaningfully, to represent the full range of who we are as humans, you got to come to a place like Lynn to experience that. And it's such an honor to be able to do that work with all of you.
After what was a stressful year for many in the community, Lynn looks to embrace the holiday season as we enter the final month of 2023. For LCTV News, I'm Josh Englander.
For newer events, Lynn Chamber Players held a concert at the Lynn Museum the evening of the 30th. What made this night even more special is 4 students from the All-City Orchestra joined them for the final 2 songs, getting a chance to show their skills in a professional capacity. Take a listen.
This is Rita Varganaj, and it was her brainchild to bring a chamber orchestra to Lynn, specifically doing some shorter concerts, choosing music that might be easier to listen to, more exciting, and just helping other people who might not normally hear this music understand how exciting it is and how much we love it. So if we share our love, then they will love it too, hopefully. So we have 4 very talented young players with us that are from different schools in Lynn. 2 violinists, a viola, and a cello. They're joining us for the last 2 pieces on the concert. This is the first time I think we've worked with these young students. They were very well prepared. Their energy has been wonderful. So
it's really cool playing with professionals, especially since I've never gotten the chance to. I usually only play with kids and whatever. Yeah, I'm very happy about this opportunity.
Being in this experience itself is just really, really cool because I really never had something like this. The only people I play with are the orchestra at school. So being able to play with professionals is pretty cool.
I'm really grateful for this opportunity that I was given to play with professionals because I also never done something like this, and it's really nice to be part of it.
I really enjoy playing with this group because it's a chance to play with actual professionals and we sound really good, and I like sounding good. So I really enjoy this space because it gives me the chance for an actual professional experience. And it just it's nice to play and sound good with other people. So this is why I like being here.
Jeannie Bird, who has been serving as the interim supervisor of attendance for LPS since July of 2023, was officially voted into the position by the school committee on November 30th. Bird grew up in the city and is a product of Lynn Public Schools, which she believes is important in showing students how anything is possible if they put in the work. Absenteeism is often a byproduct of other issues, such as social emotional well-being or homelessness, to name a few of the many reasons why a kid may not be attending school. Bird pointed specifically to kindergarten students, expressing the concern that if a child is chronically absent at that young age, it's an indicator that they will continue to be chronically absent throughout their educational journey. To this point, she wants to focus more on parent education and family engagement to break down those barriers. Jam-packed Saturday began bright and early with a mega scarf bomb in Central Square, hosted by the Community Warmth Project, who made and hung 3,000 scarves to be taken by anyone in the community who needs them. All the scarves were fashioned with labels stating "Take me, I'm free" in various languages, all keeping with the organization's goal of creating and collecting warm items to be left out for people who need them in the cold weather.
My name is Keisha Rideout, and I am the director of the Community Warmth Project here in Lynn. What we do is we create, collect, buy, and collaborate to collect warm items to leave for people for cold days. So we bring them out into the world and we release them by tying them onto poles. We come into an area, we decorate it with our art, and we leave them there so that people can find them. Each one has a tag that says "Free Take Me" and a couple of languages of Lynn, so that they know. We've been doing this since 2015. This is the first year that we've been in this part of Central Square. We usually go down by My Brother's Table. We were the lucky recipients of a Creative Cities grant, and we were able to collect a group of people over the course of a couple of weeks who made over 3,000 scarves that we're hanging today at the Mega Scarf Bomb. There are so many people who do not have the basic items to be warm. I see people out on the streets in spring jackets in wintertime. I want to make sure that people who are out and cold can get the things that they need. And Lynn is a city with a lot of need. It has been a lot of work for the past couple of weeks, but very worth it. It's a wonderful day, so come down, take a scarf when you see us anywhere. We do this multiple times a year.
This was followed by the Knights of Columbus hosting their annual craft fair and kids party, filling the hall with vendors. All the money raised goes to various charities supported by the Knights, while also giving local vendors the opportunity to show off their work and make additional profits before Christmas.
This is the Christmas Craft Fair Kids Party, and we give all the money raised for the to our charities, and each vendor pays a premium for their table, and then they donate like raffles and stuff, and we sell those, and we sell our lunch, and all the money goes to our charities that we like to help.
Talk to me about why Knights of Columbus is such a great location to have these events.
Well, it has a great hall, and I'm part of the Knights of Columbus. I'm a former Grand Knight, and I love that they support their charities and their churches and stuff like that. So we like to have it here, and the Knights set it up and I just run it. I'm the chairman of it. It's really good for the small businesses and stuff, so people can get to know them and all that stuff. We do have some that are like Avon and everybody knows who they are, but there's a lot of mom and pop shops and stuff that come up and do their stuff, and it's great that they get to make money before Christmas comes and be able to spend money for Christmas gifts and all that stuff. My girlfriend Luda helped a lot. The Grand Night Charlie Rowe helped a lot, and a bunch of knights are here. John Samars, Frank Harrington, Mike Phelps, and a bunch of others. We have it every year around the same time, the first Saturday of every December. Just reach out if you want to be a part of it.
The Lynnebago, a project created by the Lynn Disability Network, was one of 3 finalists to receive funding in the Northeast Arc's annual Arc Tank competition. They were one of 3 projects awarded funding on the 5th when their project received $75,000. Additionally, they earned the Fan Favorite Award, collecting 84 votes from attendees. Their proposal is a mobile trailer equipped with a sensory room, bilingual communication boards, and universal bathrooms for people with disabilities to be used at outdoor events and activities. The group realized that installing these features around the city was not feasible, so they developed the idea of a trailer to accommodate the needs of those with disabilities. According to Maria Riley, most community events do not have wheelchair-accessible bathrooms or a place for people with sensory issues to go and de-escalate. As defined by the Northeast Arc, the funding is given to projects that fall under the, quote, promise to break down barriers for people with disabilities who are too often marginalized, not included as equal participants in everyday life, and prevented from taking advantage of opportunities, end quote. The goal is to have the trailer completed in 6 months and ready for the Diversity Matters Festival in August. A craft and book fair at the library rounded out the second. Sponsored by the Friends of the Lynn Public Library, this was the first craft fair in several years, but the hope is to make it an annual event going forward. Those in attendance could get some holiday shopping done and support local artisans.
Lindsay Robert, and I am the acting vice president to the Friends of the Lynn Public Library. So today we are hosting the first annual Friends of the Lynn Public Library craft fair and book sale. We've done craft fairs before as a form of fundraising for the Friends, but this is the first year that we actually invited vendors from the community to purchase table space and sell their wares here along with crafts from the Friends. So as part of inviting the crafters from the community to come in for table space, they donated items that they make to raffle off to benefit the Friends. There's a variety of items. We sold raffle tickets for $1, $5 for a sleeve, and patrons could enter to win any of the crafts from our local artists. We also have a book sale as part of the fair, so we have books available for sale, everything from adult books, young adult books, children's books. We also have audio books, CDs, and DVDs. I would like to thank all of the volunteers from the Friends of the Lynn Public Library who helped make this fundraiser happen, and you can look forward to more fundraisers coming in the future. All of the proceeds go to programming here at the library, so it's a worthwhile cause, but it's something that we hope to make an annual tradition, coming together, especially before the holiday times, to purchase gifts affordably, but also something that was locally made and makes it more special. So we hope to do this again next year, and hopefully we'll have some of the same vendors here next year as well.
North Shore Community College partnered with the Marine Corps Reserves to host a Toys for Tots Stuff a Cruiser event on the 5th, where the community was invited to donate toys to fill an NSCC cruiser. All donations of new unwrapped toys were piled in the trunk and will be distributed to local organizations around the area. According to the volunteers, it's a very special time for them. Here's more.
So we're just having the Stuff a Cruiser event
with the Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots is a Marine Corps Reserve sponsored program where we have donations of toys given to us so that we can get with local organizations and such as churches or nonprofit charities, everything, and they come and they'll pick it up from us and distribute it across the local area.
I had done this on Nantucket for several years, so I just carried the dream here, and we've had nothing but support from faculty, staff, the administration here. Everyone has just been super supportive, and we hope we can continue this excellent fund drive. Representing the college, bringing the Toys for Tots Marines here, it just allows the college to shine.
For me, it's just nice to be able to kind of get out and help support a local area and everything, because a lot of us, the active duty side, we're not from this area, so I've been fortunate enough to kind of help out a community that I haven't been a part of my whole life, and it's been nice to have the volunteers and the families come down and, you know, seeing them get gifts and being able to just push those out and get them to the families who really need them. And that part about it for me has been the most fulfilling part of being involved with this.
Lynn native and Tony Award-winning actor Alex Newell has been named Breakthrough of the Year by Times Magazine. Newell attended KIPP Academy before graduating from Bishop Fenwick and performed at the North Shore Music Theater and Marblehead Little Theater. They won a Tony Award for Best Feature Actor in a Musical for their role as Lulu in Shucked, making them just one of 2 non-binary actors to ever win one. Most recently, they stepped into the national spotlight, performing with fellow cast members in the 2023 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. According to Newell, they hope they have broken barriers for other non-binary performers to achieve similar milestones. Quote, "I created a lane for someone after me to come and do something exceptionally. I've created space and created conversation and made the ruckus to create active change." End quote. Lynn is one of 8 communities receiving a grant from the Brownfields Redevelopment Fund, a program in One Step and distributed by Mass Development. It was announced in a press conference that the city will be receiving $100,000 to rehabilitate the Lynn Multi-Service Center. Here's a clip from the event.
The City of Lynn. City of Lynn will use this grant of $100,000. Round of applause for City of Lynn. Thank you very much. They're going to use it to assess potential hazardous building materials, underground storage tanks, buried construction and demolition debris, and other environmental concerns at the Lynn Multi-Service Center building and property at 100 Willow Street, 5561 Liberty Street. This project will clear a major obstacle to the rehabilitation of the building and the long-term protection of community services it provides. So congratulations again to the City of Lynn.
To watch the full announcement, go to lyntv.org. Lynn City Hall continued in the tradition of hosting a holiday fair and tree lighting on the night of the 5th. Mayor Nicholson lit up a towering Christmas tree before participants were invited back to City Hall for a vendor fair, crafts for kids, and performances from the local high schools.
So I believe this original holiday fair, spelt hall as in City Hall, started with the McGee administration, and we thought it actually started the first year I worked here, and I absolutely loved it. So we started working together with the Nicholson administration, and we decided that we also wanted to continue the holiday fair. And we have vendors that are local vendors. They're on the first, second, and third floor. And we also had activities for children because this event is for the kids mainly. So we had the sugar cookie decorations, we have popcorn, we have juice boxes, we have a puppet show, we had Santa and Mrs. Claus here where the kids could take a picture. The decorating, right, the coloring, and of course I can't forget the tree lighting to start it all off and kick it off with the mayor lighting up the tree.
Thank you for helping us make this holiday season magical here for the city of Lynn. We are all one big family here in the city, and it's moments like this when we can all come together that really make that come alive, and we are just so grateful for everybody who made tonight possible.
Anything and everything that we do is just thinking about the city, right? We clearly believe that City Hall is for its people, and what better way to get people acquainted with City Hall than with having one of these fairs and our tree lighting, so that everybody can come and get familiar with City Hall, get familiar with the faces of City Hall, and then also the people that get to come here get to see local vendors, and it's just a win-win for everyone, honestly.
We are so lucky to have in the city of Lynn so many folks that have different traditions, that have different talents, that have different stories and songs to share, and we are incredibly proud to be able to support them as they share those with you.
We want to invite anyone who's interested in participating next year. We would love to see many more people here so that we can get to know all of our local vendors. We would love to see more kids, more participation, and if you guys have any suggestions, we'd be more than happy to take those in.
3, 2, 1,
Coming into another winter season, the City of Lynn is looking to add more contractors to their collection of snowplows. The goal, according to Department of Public Works Commissioner Andy Hall, is to have 250 pieces of equipment under contract, adding to the 47 owned by the DPW. They cover 28 routes throughout the city and had just under 200 pieces under contract last winter. Rates are also being increased, going from $105 to $115 per hour for a standard pickup truck and $130 to $160 per hour for a backhoe. Lynn also requires all vehicles to have a portable GPS tracker on when working for the city, so they can keep track of which streets have been plowed. A few dozen people rallied at Lynn City Hall, opposing the 850-unit proposed South Harbor plan, stating that it needs to include truly affordable housing while also including the community in the conversation. Here's more of what they had to say, including a statement from the mayor's office.
Housing is a human right! Tener un techo es un derecho!
This past Wednesday, Lynn United for Change, the Essex County Community Organization, Massachusetts Senior Action Council, Lynn Chapter, and Neighbor to Neighbor all gathered on the front steps of City Hall to demand, quote, inclusion and affordable homes over the proposed South Harbor luxury housing tax break deal, billed as the, quote, largest investment in Lynn's history. It is meant to save Lynn residents $45 million and create 850 high-end apartments on the waterfront. I spoke to community leaders about their thoughts on the proposal.
We were not notified of what was going on. This negotiation was done over under closed doors, and then today has to be the day because they just gonna approve $45 million in cut taxes to these developers, and it's gonna be next Tuesday.
Housing is a human right, and it's also an issue around racial justice. And so our members at ECHO are really committed to making sure that Lynners are able to stay and live in Lynn, able to live in Lynn, and Lynners of color are also able to stay. And developments like this push people of color out of the city, and that's just unacceptable to us.
So we're not calling on a full stop to the development. What we're calling is for the developer and the city to work together with the community to make it more inclusive and more accessible for the average Lynner.
When asked for comment, Mayor Nicholson sent us the following statement, quote, this project represents a major step towards the city's vision for a vibrant waterfront, and we felt strongly that the development should benefit the entire community, so this project will deliver a public park and promenade, significant commercial space, workforce opportunities for Lynn residents, much-needed local revenue, and affordable housing. We appreciate the focus on the need for affordability, which is why we made sure this development will include rental prices even lower than what the state considers to be affordable housing, and at the same time have also been investing in projects with various levels of affordability through our American Rescue Plan Act funds. Lynn Housing Authority and Neighborhood Development, and the new Affordable Housing Trust Fund that the city created last year, end quote. The organizers of the protest also stated that the tax break should not be approved unless, quote, it is modified to make a substantial portion of the new homes accessible to Lynn's working class, low-income renters, and communities of color, end quote. It is currently unclear how city leaders will respond. For LCTV News, I'm Josh Englander.
Lynn Tech officially cut the ribbon on their newly renovated gym this past Wednesday the 6th. No longer will students be sliding around on a beat-up rubber floor. Instead, the sound of feet pounding and basketballs bouncing flooded the room.
First of all, I would like to welcome everybody to Lynn Tech. Not just Lynn Tech, but to this beautiful facility that has been renovated with thanks to many people within the city of Lynn, within the city government, within the school department. And we are just so proud as principal of Lynn Tech and representing the school that we have this beautiful facility now to use, not just for our students, but many of you know that this is a facility that really serves this whole community.
Really is representative of an era of hope, right? Of what can possibly be replicated across our city. And I certainly will work with the city to make sure that we have spaces of this caliber for all of our students.
Amazing things happen in the Lynn Public Schools every day, and that is especially true here at Lynn Vocational Technical Institute, and our students deserve state-of-the-art facilities, and that's what we have here in this gym.
I am thankful for the investment that city officials have made in its citizens, in its student body.
And having moments like this where we can celebrate us all coming together and realizing this dream of having a space that lives up to what you, the students, do every day. That's what this is about. This is here for you because we believe in you. And we believe that you're going to put this to the best use. We are so proud of what you do, and this is a small token of our appreciation for what you put into yourselves and one another to have spaces like this. So thank you for what you do.
1, 2, 3.
The president of North Shore Community College once again joined us on the Lowdown, this time to discuss a new state program, MassReconnect, which aims to help residents 25 and older earn their degree. Here's the Lowdown. Hello and welcome to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on the president of North Shore Community College back again to join us. Thanks for coming back on.
Thank you for having me, Danny. It's really exciting to be here. My name is Bill Heineman, and I'm the president at North Shore Community College. Been there about 2 years and 3 or 4 months now.
Well, I'm glad I didn't scare you off from last time, so thank you for coming back.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
And you're coming back with something really exciting, MassReconnect, which is a pretty new state program. You want to tell us about it?
I really want to tell you about it. It's an incredible opportunity for students who are 25 years old or older. And really what it offers is if you don't already have a college degree, it will pay for tuition and fees and books and supplies that you would need to take courses to earn either a certificate or an associate degree.
Wow. I mean, that's an amazing thing to offer because you may have certain circumstances where you didn't go to school, or even just, you know, like when I was 18, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted the rest of my life. So it would have been great to maybe have a little bit of that extra time.
Right, and it's giving an incentive to rethink if that's sort of your experience where you didn't come to college right after high school, or maybe you did and it didn't go well, or you needed to stop for a while, and then you got busy, right? You get a job, you get a family, you get a life. But it gives folks an opportunity who are 25 and older to rethink, to think about coming back, and to be able to do it without cost in terms of the tuition and fees.
Mm-hmm. And are there any other additional requirements beyond being 25 or older?
Yeah, so there's some eligibility requirements. That first day of class, whenever that is for you, you must be at least 25. You have to have been a Mass resident. for about a year. So that's important. You can't already have an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. If you do, you're certainly welcome to come to North Shore, but you're not eligible for that program. It is required that you're going to fill out that federal financial aid form, which for folks who've been to college or their parents, they know that's a fun form to fill out, but it's important, and I can explain why in a little bit. And you have to enroll in at least 6 credits. Okay. So most college courses are 3 credits, and so that would mean 2 courses each semester.
And is there, I don't want to say time requirement, but do you have to complete the degree within a certain period?
You do. Okay. So if you're a full-time student, meaning you're taking at least 12 credits, which is the equivalent of 4 courses usually, you have 3 years to complete an associate's degree, which is normally 2 years it would take if you're full-time. So they give you an extra year. If you're part-time and going after an associate's degree, it would be 5 years.
Okay.
After that point, you can keep coming, but the state's not going to be paying for it anymore. And for certificate programs, you get 3 semesters. Normally it would take 2 semesters if you're full-time. And you get 5 semesters if you're coming part-time.
So you have a little bit of leeway in case you needed it.
Yeah, and even beyond that, they do have a waiver. So if maybe you had a tragedy or something in your life, you got interrupted, you can actually apply for a little more time than that. I think it would have to be an exceptional circumstance, but those happen.
Yeah, they definitely have been. And you mentioned the financial aid form. Why is that so important to fill out?
Yeah, really, really important. So here's something that I think people get confused when they hear free community college. So when we talk about MassReconnect, it's not really the same as like K through 12, where you just go to school, right? Nobody sends you a bill. Nobody sends your family a bill. Here, the bill is still there. And how MassReconnect works is if you add up the tuition and fee for each course that you're taking each semester, plus any cost for books or supplies, what MassReconnect is going to do is say, what other sources of financial aid are you getting? If you're getting federal financial aid, and we want you to check if you're eligible, and that's why you need to fill out the form, or if you're getting aid from another state program, such as Mass Grant, and any scholarships you're getting, right? So what MassReconnect is going to cover is the difference between the original cost and any of those other sources. So sometimes they call that a last dollar program. They cover the last dollars that you need. So it is free for the person, for the student, but there's some paperwork in terms of going after the other aid as well.
You have to have it listed, and you know if you're getting money from other places, you do have to have all the records. Correct,
and our financial aid counselors will help students walk through that. They're used to these kinds of programs. This is a big new one, and it's definitely generating interest out there, so they're going to be busy, but that's a good thing because it's a great program.
And it even says here you've already had 400 new students register.
Yeah, it's great because for the students who are already with us and are 25 or older, it applies to them too. So it was a bonus that they didn't even know they were going to get when they started with us. And yes, now we're attracting new students. And what's interesting is this program really only got passed into law about halfway through August, which is pretty close to the start of the fall semester. So we're excited to see what happens in future semesters because people didn't have a lot of time to think about it when it first happened.
No, they had less than a month to go, do I want to do this?
Right. And so one of the reasons I'm here today is to make sure people know about it. We have another major semester starting in January, and this is a great opportunity.
And for people who might be interested in getting involved, like what would the process look like? How would they begin it?
Yeah, so it depends a little bit on whether they've been a college student before or not, but basically you'd come and apply to the college as normal. It's a form that you can fill out online or in person. You'd fill out that financial aid form from the federal government, the FAFSA it's called, and our financial aid counselors would help them with that. And then you're going to go talk to academic advisors who are going to ask you questions like, what is it you're hoping to do with your degree or your certificate? Are you changing careers? Are you starting a new career? What would you like sort of the result of your time with us to be? And then they'll be able to connect you to the right college program.
Okay.
And then they'll figure out all those costs and make sure you pay nothing.
I mean, when I heard about the program, it's amazing to look at. I know I did a headline on it probably a few weeks ago or maybe a few months ago at this point. It is just an incredible opportunity. And I guess, what do you hope comes out of it beyond, more students getting engaged, but why do you think it is so important to have a program like this?
So I think this was an initiative that Governor Healy, our new governor, announced when she took office back in January. And here's what I think she's thinking, and I think she's right. When I walk around and talk to all the employers in Lynn and around the region, they've all got the same challenge. They're looking for people to come and work for them. We have a pretty significant labor shortage here in this region. It's actually a nationwide problem, but it's specifically difficult here. And I saw some data a couple weeks ago which indicates that problem's not going away for decades. A couple decades ago, people started having fewer children, and we're just a smaller group of people than we used to be. And so we've got this labor shortage. That's the first challenge. The second challenge is most new jobs today require something after high school. Isn't necessarily a college degree. It could be a shorter training program, but those tend to be really good for sort of entry-level jobs. If you're hoping to sort of move up, higher up in a career, it's important to get some kind of college credential, and I think that's what she was thinking. We have to make it easier, and especially very large numbers of people who are 25 and older do not have one of those college credentials. So she said, look, we can help those people make more money, have a higher income, have a rewarding career, and we can try to solve this problem for our businesses and other employers that are struggling to find people.
Overall, it would help a very large portion of people, both the employers and the potential employees as well.
Correct. And it's actually a pretty modest investment. Sometimes people ask me, they say, this must be like incredibly expensive to the state. So they set aside about $20 million for this year for this program. There's 15 community colleges around the country, so they gave roughly a little more than $1 million to each community college. But think about it, we're already serving 300 or 400 students, and we've used only about a third of that money. So when you think about the difference between financial aid that already exists and the cost of a community college, which is much less than most four-year colleges, it doesn't end up being that much for most people. And so you're able to help a lot of people. It's a lot for them, but in terms of $20 million, it goes a long way, and that's happening at all the other colleges around the state too, which means people are getting helped all over the place.
That's always fantastic to hear. And I know we have to wrap up in a minute, but is there anything else you wanted to say about this initiative or this program before?
So the other important thing to know is in that same set of laws that got passed in August, two other things got passed. One is free community college for nurses, anybody in a nursing program, and there's no age limit there. So that applies to younger students as well. And that's a recognition that we have a huge shortage of nurses. So terrific opportunity for people interested in that profession. The other thing is tuition equity, which is an opportunity for undocumented students to pay in-state tuition and fees. Right now they pay twice as much as what somebody who graduated from the same U.S. high school as they did, because they're undocumented. This gives them that opportunity to pay the lower price and also gives them access to financial aid from the state. They're not eligible for financial aid from the federal government, but it does make college education much more affordable for undocumented students.
Wow, that's all just amazing things that are really trying to open the doors for people to get college credentials if they want to do so.
That's right. That's right. Trying to make it easy, trying to make it affordable.
Those are the two biggest things. And I want to thank you again for coming on to really tell us more about it and say some more about the program.
You're very welcome, Danny. It was great to be here.
Great, of course, anytime. And if it's something you're interested in, go and check it out. I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week. On deck, the sports update. Lynn teams got a preview for the upcoming season at the Ron Bennett Boys Basketball Jamboree, which was full of close games. Host Lynn English handled Brookline 34-24. Classical fell to Charleston 39-27, but head coach Martin Avery is not worried, commenting on the speed, size, and outside shooting his team put on display in the game. Lynn Tech and St. Mary's faced off in a game that saw 5 lead changes in the second period alone, as the Spartans escaped with a 25-24 victory, thanks to J.D. Martinez hitting 2 free throws and causing a turnover to set up Kyle Rush's game-winning three-pointer with 18 seconds remaining. The Celtics were knocked out of the in-season tournament, dropping a 122-112 battle with the Indiana Pacers. The third quarter proved to be the deciding factor, as the Pacers put up 37 points as opposed to Boston's 22. They are hanging on to first place in the Eastern Conference, winning a nail-biter over the 76ers 125-119 on the first for a 15-5 record. On the flip side of the Garden, the Bruins are also leading their division, but have a bit more momentum, winning 3 of their last 4 contests. This includes a 3-0 shutout of the San Jose Sharks, a thrilling 4-3 overtime win against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and a 3-1 victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets. In that span, goalie Jeremy Swayman stopped 40 of 41 shots on goal, with Linus Ullmark blocking 37 of 40 against Toronto. The new Director of Elder Services joined us on the Lowdown this past week to discuss her role and what she hopes to bring to it over this upcoming year. Here is the second Lowdown. Good morning and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on the new Director of Elder Services for the City of Lynn. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Mind just quickly introducing yourself for the audience?
Sure. My name is Megan Simpson-Best. I am the director of the Senior Center, and I've been there since July 3rd.
So just before the 4th, you started in on it.
Exactly.
And how has it been so far for you, the experience?
It's been an amazing transition. The staff is great, the seniors are great, and I enjoy putting together resources and programming and having interesting things for the seniors to do, so it's been a win-win.
And you were involved too, like you used to run courses like for grandparents that are parents, so you really had a lot of experience with seniors even before this.
Yes. Prior to coming to the city, I was a DCF social worker for 26 years, and I ran a grandparent support group for 15 of those years, so they're kind of like my little niche.
Yeah, you found your little niche here. Mm-hmm. And you were talking about, even before we came on air, some of the new things you're going to be introducing coming up next month. So I'm curious to hear about those.
All right. Well, in December, we're going to do some new programming for the first time since the Senior Center has been open, which has been a year now, a little over a year. We are going to be going to Twin Rivers Casino as opposed to Encore, which is located in Everett. So it's going to be a very nice trip for the seniors. They're going to enjoy themselves and be out. So looking forward to that. We're also doing some additional programming. We're doing presentations from the health department. We're doing more conversations and more engaging with the seniors. We're doing amazing crafts. We have wonderful seniors who say, like, you know what, I have this great skill I'd like to share with you. And we're like, okay, let's build a program around it and make it happen. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're doing.
And you seem to have a good combination of both services for them, important health services, but also ways for them to engage and just have fun, too.
Exactly. So some of the health services are the dentist, the podiatrist. We also have a hairdresser, a barber, and a masseuse that come in. And so those are all appointments that need to be scheduled.
I know I'm not a senior, but that sounds nice. Just go there and get everything done.
Well, we try to cover you from head to toe, as Tanya likes to say, the program manager.
And it seems to really be kind of the one-stop shop style where they can go and get services they need that might be hard for them to get otherwise.
Yes. That is a benefit of the Senior Center because we bring the resources to the seniors so they can get their needs met right there. They can see the dentist there, they can see the podiatrist there. If there's follow-up with the dentist, we can take them out to the dentist's office with our transportation and provide a staff person to support them while they're there.
The transportation piece of it is huge. Like, how does that work?
Well, that's been a big transition for us, and I have to thank the mayor because when I started, we only had a part-time driver, and now we have a full-time driver. So that is super helpful. What people do is they call ahead to schedule a pickup or a drop-off. So the pickup is from your home, the drop-off is to the center. We don't do any in-between. We can't take you to Market Basket yet, but as we grow, eventually we will be able to do that. So people simply call and they say that they want a ride. We put it in for the first time, and thereafter they need to come in and just sign into the Senior Center, and then they just click the button that says transportation, and then it just comes up on a manifest, and the driver will know to pick them up.
Well, simple and easy, right?
That's what we try to do, simple and easy, yes.
And what would be, seniors, what is the age for that? Like people who can be involved in it?
60 and over at the center.
Okay, just curious, because I know senior can have a kind of wide range of a definition.
Yes.
And for you, you've been there for about 5 months now. What would you say your goals are? Have you met any, or what are the goals looking forward?
My initial goal when coming in was to kind of do a quick assessment of the center and see how to build in more programming. So we've done that, and now we're looking at long-term goals. We're going to be expanding to the second floor.
Oh, wow.
Adding new space, additional programming, hopefully another vehicle and some staff. But we're going to just continue to move forward. We have really good plans. We want to do some gardening. We have done that in the past, and that worked out really well. We grew vegetables, we cooked them, we had a taste test, we blindfolded the mayor, so it was wonderful.
I think I saw that on Facebook. Yeah, you said this is what we grew in our garden, and it looked awesome.
It was. They did a really good job. And when we have the second floor, we're going to have a larger area for gardening, so I imagine we'll be doing more with that, more with Phoenix Food Hub, and we'll be working with the Food Project actually for our gardens. They will be helping us because they're an amazing resource for the city.
They are. You work with so many amazing outside organizations as well, and so much of it is about the senior engagement. Like you said, you really want them involved in what's going on.
Exactly.
So how do they come to you? Do you have meetings with them? How does that usually work?
It's a little bit of both. Sometimes seniors will come to us and say, hey, this is what I'd like to do. I'd like to have a monthly conversation. So the monthly chat with Calvin, he'll bring in either a police officer or maybe the Red Cross and have an engaging conversation with the seniors and get them involved. Or a senior may come up to us and say, I would like to share this skill. And both of those things make me feel really good as a director because that shows that people are embracing the program and they're wanting to share with their peers. So it's meaning, they feel safe. They're feeling safe and heard and respected at the center, and they keep coming, which is great.
Yeah, the few times that I have been there, it's engaging, it's fun, and you've done a whole range of activities, from holiday ones to outings to just so many different ones.
We do. It's nonstop programming, but it's also, we try to balance the educational piece, like with the outside trainings. We did trainings on Alzheimer's, Narcan training from public health. So we try to balance that with the crafts and the knitting and the bingo. So it's always a balance, but there will always be both of those things going on at the center. There will be educational and recreational activities always.
Mm-hmm. And you said you do small trips with them. It looked like you just went apple picking with them.
They went apple picking. They went to the loft shopping. They've gone to the casino. So what we try to do every month is one casino trip, one out to lunch at a restaurant. The seniors pay, but we provide the transportation, the casino, and to the movie theater. So those are the 3 monthly outings that we definitely do. Every month they can count on that.
They have more of a social life than me, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Well, you could volunteer and you could come and check them out a little bit.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to ask about was anyone who's younger who maybe wants to get involved. You do have volunteering opportunities.
We do have volunteering opportunities, and they don't have to be younger. Because the city has this amazing abatement program to help reduce the taxes for homeowners. So certain homeowners that are over the age of 65 and meet income requirements are able to apply for an abatement by doing volunteer hours through the city.
Oh.
So we utilize that wonderful abatement program that they have.
I did not know about that. I just learned something.
Okay, well that's good then. I'm happy.
Yes. It's always a good thing to educate us and anyone about that.
Yes. They can go onto the website for City Hall and find out more information about the abatement program, but it is a really good resource.
Mm-hmm. I can see why that definitely would be and provides more incentive as well. Mm-hmm. And do you know roughly how many seniors go to the center? Like, do you keep track of that?
Yes, we do. We have approximately 70 seniors a day.
Wow.
And when we have parties, we tend to have a larger group, but at least 70 seniors a day. And most seniors spend the majority of their day with us in the programming.
I was going to ask, what are the hours of the center when you open?
9 to 3.
Okay.
And then there is a Thursday night that we stay late, and the second Thursday of the month they have a supper club, so the seniors are there from 3 to 5. And this is a senior activity. It's something that they used to have at Gliss. They brought it up, and it was reinstituted here at the Lynn Center. So it's very nice. They run that time. They get the meal. It's nice to see them structure the time for that.
Mm-hmm. You said engaged, creating their own activities.
Exactly.
It all sounds like a lot of fun and a good balance. And I know I have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything I hadn't asked about or mentioned that you wanted to say about it?
No, I want people to come down and see us at the Senior Center and tell their family and friends. We are here. We are a resource. We also offer support around health issues and with health insurance to help people kind of navigate that a bit. We have people come in from Mass Health and other health agencies to talk about the insurance, and that's a pretty big deal for seniors. Mm-hmm. Healthcare is a big deal for everyone.
Yeah, what that is, it's just having that help navigating would be a huge asset for them, and that's great you provide that. And I want to thank you again for, coming on and talk about that and all of the other amazing services the Senior Center provides.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm going to have you guys come down and talk to the seniors soon to see if they can do one of these one-on-ones.
Yeah, we always like to hear about that and engagement in the community. I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests. Up next, the community calendar. The Lynn Public Schools All-City Band invites the community to a mini concert on Saturday, December 9th at 6:30 p.m. Head to 18 Merrill Ave to support the students, as well as enjoy hot cocoa, cookies, and coffee. It is a fundraising event, so a donation box will be passed around during the show. As part of the city's efforts to decrease opioid-related deaths, the Lynn Public Health Department holds Narcan training sessions on the second Tuesday of each month. The next one will be on December 12th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. No registration is required, and the training is provided in both English and Spanish. People are encouraged to take the course so they are better prepared to use Narcan if needed, while also being educated on the signs of an overdose. Next Saturday the 16th, the Lynn Public Library is hosting the second annual Inclusive Santa Photos. Sponsored by the North Shore Juneteenth Association, come get a picture with one of several Santas representing different cultures. Participants can also decorate cookies and do a Christmas craft. That is all the news for this week. So to learn more about all the holiday events happening, as well as any other festivities, visit lyntv.org. Also, go to Lynn Community Television on YouTube to watch our member content, interviews, and coverage. And follow us on social media at Lynn Community Television for press releases, breaking news, and upcoming events. I'm Danny Vittori. This is LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Encompass Health, Rehabilitation Hospital of New England. North Shore Community College. If you have the will to attend college, we have the way for you to earn your degree. And Leo Inc., your local community action agency.